Hi everyone, I'm Emily Crocker and I'm delighted to welcome you to this virtual workshop, Middle School Lit with the Perfect Fit. The idea behind this workshop is that we try to select perfect music for our middle school students that fits them, but we all know that what happens in a middle school classroom from week to week, from month to month, is that your choir changes. So you might have selected the perfect piece, but halfway to the concert, something may happen and somebody's voice changes or drops or something happens and it doesn't fit quite so well. So we're going to talk about ways to adapt the music that you're working on and give it that perfect fit. I'll be joined in this workshop by Mary Jane Phillips, who's a friend and music educator here in Texas, and together we've selected several pieces that we think you'll enjoy, and we'll give you our ideas on how to adapt them for all kinds of groups. So I hope you enjoy it. There'll be a Q&A at the end of the session, so stick around for that, and I'll try to answer your questions live. To start out with, I'm going to make a few general comments about the selection of music. You want to make sure that the music written for middle school students is well crafted, that it's not unnecessarily difficult, that it uses appropriate ranges, smooth voice leading, and has interesting vocal lines, especially for emerging low voices. We could give a whole workshop on the type of texts used for middle school music, but in general, I think you're going to be looking for a certain level of sophistication or intellectual challenge in the music. In other words, you don't want the music to be too babyish, or they will think it's beneath them. Poetic texts often work well as long as the language is comprehensible to them or can be explained in a way that they will appreciate. Languages other than English, diverse cultures, folk songs, and let me say about romantic love, middle school students may find it a little bit uncomfortable to sing about romantic love when it's too personal. But if romantic love is in the third person or more general, they often thrive on that. And then when it comes to pop music, I think that often Broadway type music will work better for students. Shows like The Greatest Showman or Dear Evan Hansen often have themes and styles that young middle school students truly appreciate. I will say that if you need to edit the songs or change a word or two here or there, I think that's perfectly appropriate at the middle school level. If you want to be really successful, you need to really know your students' voices. That takes time, that takes effort, that takes organization. But it's so very important for you to be successful, to be able to pick music appropriately, and, if necessary, to be able to adapt the music as needed. So some of the basic techniques for adapting music are transposition, doubling parts, penciling in alternate pitches, pivoting between parts, making cuts in voice parts, and in extreme situations, writing alternate harmonies. So those are just some of the things. We're going to talk about those specifically as we look at the pieces in the workshop today. But in general, when you teach at the middle school level, you have to roll up your sleeves and be able to get in there and do some work on adapting the music as you need to. I write compositions for this level to be exactly what I want to conduct and teach. I try to have my choir's voice in my mind as I compose. Cantate is an energetic concert festival piece with a short Latin text from the Psalms. The range and tessitura of Part 1 and Part 2 are quite similar, so I suggest that you group your voices that way as well, as equal voices. The music opens with a joyful, uplifting musical theme that moves into a more lyrical middle section. A short section in English transitions back to the first thematic material. A key change and an optional descant adds some excitement to the texture.
First song is going to be Dormi Dormi. It's a unison Italian Christmas carol arranged by Mary Getzi. It has lots of beautiful things to work on. The Italian is not real difficult, and you can work on beautiful vowels and tone quality with that. It alternates between 6/8 and 2/4 time, which will help you in teaching time signatures. It also alternates dynamic levels. So there's room for some beautiful phrasing, some beautiful rubato at the end of phrases. It's a beautiful unison song that has much to teach.
Middle school tenor bass choirs don't just have to sing sea chanties, they will also sing slow, romantic songs as long as the lyrics speak of love in the third person or, more generally, at a distance. Specifically, my changing voice singers loved the solo song Passing By Edward Purcell in the Old Pathways of Song collection. The text was in the public domain, so I set the text for tenor bass choir in a flexible arrangement that could be sung as TTB or TB or two tenor parts. Passing By can be performed accompanied or a cappella. If you're dividing up the parts, if you have a cambiata part, put that on tenor 1. Your changing voices go to tenor 2, and your changed or new baritone voices to baritone.
There is a lady sweet and kind, was never face so pleased my mind. I did but see her passing by, and yet I love her till I die. Her gestures, motions, and her smile, her wit, her voice, my heart beguile my heart, I know not why, and yet I love her till I die. Cupid is winged and doth range the country's home, my love of change the earth, of change the sky. Yet will I love her till I
Hi, the next song is called Didn't My Lord Deliver Daniel? It's a spiritual arranged by Roger Emerson, and it's in 2 parts. The beginning begins with a slow unison part. A great way to use one of your really good singers is to make that a solo. Then it moves into a very up-tempo rhythmic part. The 2 parts sometimes echo and sometimes are monophonic. It's a great beginning 2-part song.
Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? I set my foot on the gospel ship, and the ship began to sail. It landed me over on Canaan's shore, and I'll never come back no more. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel?
Salite can easily be learned in solfege and has a macaronic text, Latin and German, good for demonstrating diction and style. This piece is a great introduction to the early Baroque style of Michael Praetorius and can be used for Christmas and concert festival performances. The ranges are quite moderate, and since it is a cappella, you can experiment with the performance key to assure the best intonation.
Salite, salite, unigenito, Christo Dei Filio, Christo Dei Filio, Redentori Domino, puerulo e accensi in presepio. Ein kleines Kinderlein liegt in dem Krippelein, alle liebe Engelein dienen dem Kinderlein, und singen im Fall. Unigenito, Christo Dei Filio, Christo Dei Filio, Redentori Domino, puerulo e accensi in presepio.
Next is a cappella songs for tenor bass chorus by John Levitt and the lovely Emily Crocker. Inside this collection, there are 5 songs. We're going to look at 2. The first will be Sons of Art. It's a TB, great beginning voice choir song. It moves between the 1 and 4 chord a lot. Really helps with tuning, has opportunities for great vowels, nice long 4-bar phrases, and the parts are not always completely homophonic. Sometimes they move independently, which is helpful with beginners. The second song we're going to look at is Leave Her Johnny, Leave Her. And it is in variable voicing. It can be performed TB, but it has an optional second tenor part that really fills out the 3-part chords. Beautiful opportunities for long 4-bar phrases and a really neat text that your guys are going to love.
Come, come, you sons of art, raise your songs together. Music brings you hearts of joy, so join your voices ever. Music, music, all our tributes ring. Music, music, our hearts and voices sing. Come, come, you sons of art, join the heartbeat chorus. Sing of laughter, sing of mirth and pleasure, now before us. Music, music, all our tributes ring. Music, music, our hearts and voices sing. thought I heard the captain say, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow is your wedding day. It's time for us to leave her. The trip was hard and the wind was strong. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But you'll be back before long. It's time for us to leave her. It's time for us to leave her."
Hi, our next song is Heart We Will Forget Him by the Texas composer Laura Farnell. It is a beautiful three-part piece, can work very well for a varsity treble choir. One of the things that I really love is that as they're learning to sing in three parts, this is an SSA song, many times the chords build in a staggered way, which makes it a great teaching tool. There are lovely long phrases, lots of opportunities for rubato, beautiful soaring piano accompaniment, and a timeless text by Emily Dickinson.
We will forget him, you and I tonight. You may forget the warmth he gave. I will forget the light. Heart, we will forget him. When you are done, please tell me that my thoughts may dim, and when you're done, please tell me that I may straight begin to forget the light. When you're done, please tell me, so that I may straight begin. Oh, haste, lest while you're lagging, I remember you. Oh, lest while you are lagging, I
For my 8th grade treble or community children's choir, I always looked for pieces that would challenge both them and me to perform at our best. And I looked for pieces that would be a bridge to high school and more advanced repertoire. Bandy Row, arranged by Susan Brumfield, fits the bill, and it's a lot of fun to rehearse and perform. Bandy Row is an exciting dance-like work for developing treble choirs based on an Irish traditional tune. It's excellent for vocal independence and diction. It features compound meter. The layered parts are ideal for solfege learning. If you need to, as long as you're not performing it for adjudication, you can reduce certain sections to unison or two parts, soprano 1 and 2, or soprano 1 and alto.
As I was going to Bandy Row, Kitty alone, Kitty alone. As I was going to Bandy Row, Kitty alone and I saw a crow a-flying down, and a cat a-spinning down, Kitty alone and I, rock-a-ma-rye. Way up yonder above the moon, way up yonder above the moon, Kitty alone, Kitty alone. Way up yonder above the moon, way up yonder above the moon, Kitty alone and I. Kitty alone, Kitty alone. Way up yonder above the moon, a bluebird sits in a silver spoon, Kitty alone and I. As I was going to bed,